Thank you, Vasu. Um, Basically, as informed, we will be discussing more on PE pipes and article waste industry data and recycling technology. I will start with the industrial data. So, basically, the growth of plastic industry is drastic, and you can see here nearly from 1990 till date, we have about 10.4% growth in polymer consumption, as against imports of which has reduced from 50% plus to 5% only. So you can see that the local consumption is a lot as against imports, and the consumption still remains growing at 10.4%. Um, right up to 2022, we anticipate similar growth, that is in the 13th plan. As you can see, the HDPE pipe market is nearly around US dollars 235.5 million to by 2026. So the growth level is around 11.2% in 2019 to 2026. Um, that is a good growth as far as HDPE pipe industry is concerned. In rotomolding industry today, the installed capacity is around 250 kilo um, KTA, KTA, whereas against that market size is around 235 KTA. Organized sector players are around 250 plus, whereas percentage of growth in 2016-17 is 5%. Polymers used for this industry are PP, EVA, PVC, and XLPE. Share of PE is around 80%. These are mostly overhead tanks and other applications. You can see the PE sector-wise consumption for majorly, you can see the maximum consumption is in the film and the packaging industry, but you can see blow molding industry, which is around 682.15%, injection molding industry, which is 498.11%, that is 11%, pipe industry, that is around 9%. So compared to the total PE demand of 4,600 KT in 2016-17, the current demand is around 5,900 KT in 2019-20. That is around 9% CAGR. Similarly, in polypropylene, we have the raffia industry, which is the second largest after injection molding, which is around 33%, whereas injection molding is around 37%, and then we have the other packaging industries like BOPP, TQ, etc., where PP demand in 2016-17 was around 4,400 KT, and in 2019-20 it was 6,380 KT. That is around a 13% CAGR growth. The major recycling hubs of India, you can see Vapi, Dhoraji, Surat in Gujarat, then Daman, Silvassa in Union Territory. In fact, there are industries almost all over India, as you can see in this map and identified with the cities, with important cities of recycling hubs. The estimated quantity of recycled plastics is 5.5 million metric tons in 2017-18, and it's around 7 million metric tons in 2019-20, and expected to grow at the rate of around 3.1% CAGR. So that's a good growth as far as recycling industry is concerned. I will now pass on the uh, mic to Vasu and then continue the presentation later. Thank you. Okay, now let's go to the PE pipe and article waste recycling technology. I think most of you today, I see that there is a long list of participants here, and thank you all for being here today, this evening, being participating in the GMS seminar together with PIMCO. The basic reason we joined hands to for this webinar is to show you the technology that we can offer in a complete automation system. Um, uh, we normally don't produce grinders, so we have joined hands with PIMCO and for their grinders, shredders, and other ancillary equipments, so that a complete package can be delivered to clients, and due to which we were able to develop a lot of equipment. Um, Okay. The various products that are being covered today, firstly is the pipe for HDPE pipes. You can see the dirty HDPE pipes which are reclaimed from different sectors, the agricultural sector, the construction industry, the infrastructure industry. Then these are the household conduits. Then we are talking about automobile waste, like bumpers, you have the mud flaps, the interiors of the car. Then we have the other flexible conduits, which are also used, like corrugated pipes, single wall corrugated pipes, etc. And then we have the drum waste, which we are talking about. The again, as I said, the corrugated pipe waste, then the injection molded waste, roto molded waste. Um, To do the complete process, we have to do washing and recycling. And for washing, the good operation of a line is the basis to obtain high quality washed waste. If you really want to do proper recycling and with a good shine, good luster, the waste needs to be washed. And if you are going to do post-consumer waste, washing is an important factor. Washing plants are configured to each customer's requirement independently. So every customer approaches us and we understand their requirement and configure the line according to their requirement. So sometimes you may have two flotation tanks or one, depending on the need. The line mainly consists of a shredder or a grinder, or a shredder grinder combo. Then there is the friction washer. Then there is the flotation tank. You can see here in the picture the grinder with the screw conveyor, then the flotation tank, then the screw conveyor, then the friction washing, another flotation tank. So systems can be adapted depending on the dirt nature of the waste and accordingly designed to make the to fulfill the requirements. Then there is the drying centrifuge and a hot air blower. The hot air blower should be designed in such a way that we are able to achieve 98% dry waste, so that that can be connected directly to our recycling machine and we can achieve the required quality. Then comes the semi-automatic washing plants. Of course, the semi-automatic, we call it because at every stage you need labor to move the material from one stage to the other. That's the only reason for being semi-automatic. The other important factor is to feed the waste continuously along with all the required detergents, etc. In a fully automatic system, everything is automated, including detergent feeding systems, everything. So when we are talking of semi-automatic system, you can even make it a little more automatic by adding few conveyors and if you are short of labor, etc. So water consumption can be conserved in either of the equipment by adding ETP units. Continuous operator involvement in semi-automatic systems is important and is required. The reason being to pour detergents, etc. Even if you make the intermediate process automatic, you need something to um, pour the detergent or take the material at the end to dry the material after the centrifugal drying system, etc. Um, it mainly consists of high-speed friction washing units, centrifugal dryer, hot air blower. Again, the hot air blower can be configured to give you 98% dry material, which can be fed directly to our recycling plants. This is a typical recycling machine. You can see here the forced hopper. Why the forced hopper? Okay, the reason being continuous output. If you see even in any injection molding machine or any extrusion machine, even in the film industry, unless you are using 100% virgin material, you won't get consistency in molding or extrusion. The reason for shortage in molds, sometimes you get half shots, full shots. The reason is because of the uneven size of the waste granules, and that's the reason when it comes to recycling machines, the unevenness of the waste is hugely a major issue when it comes to feeding the waste, and hence we put the force feeder on the machine, which gives consistent output at one particular set speed. This force feeder also helps us to make the material more compact because the screw is filled with highly compressed material. So at every stage, you will find that the granules are non-porous. The reason is the force feeding system. Then we have the vented extruder. You can see the vent here, the black box. Then we have of course, the control panel is part of the machine. We have the online screen changer where you don't need to stop the machine. You can change the screen online without stopping the machine. So production is consistent again. By the time the next alarm comes, you can change the screen and be ready for the next stage. Then we have the die face cutter unit. The unit here you can see I'm highlighting it. And after that is the centrifugal dryer where you can get around 98% dry granules, which can be directly fed to an injection molding machine with a dehumidifier dryer. So when we are talking of PE pipe granules, you can see these black granules, which are PE pipe, or the corrugated, the red ones, they are from the corrugated pipe industry. We also have the mother baby system for this same similar application. Why you need a mother baby system? Basically, mother baby is good when the material is quite dirty and you are not wishing to wash the waste. But ideally it is not the right solution, because if you really look at the screw barrel life when you're putting dirty waste inside, it is going to be very less, very less. Again, the configuration would be similar. We have the force feeder, then two extruders, both are vented or not depending on the application and requirement. Then we have the multiple online screen changers. We have two, you can see here. Of course, in this, there are specially designed FEMIC screen changers, which are fully automatic, and you don't need to change the filter. You can get a cleaning system. So maybe you change the filter once in a week or something. Um, can the others please mute themselves? Yeah. Then we have the multiple venting ports where you can remove all the moisture. Of course, the multiple venting ports can be on both the extruder, as I said earlier, or we can give a major venting port between the two extruders. Now, when we say major venting port between the two extruders, it's a box where we pour the material in spaghetti form, and the thin spaghettis allow a lot of gases to be emitted, and those gases can be removed with our patented venting system. So that elimination is hugely helpful, more than the vent boxes on the extruder. So we normally test the material of each customer, and we see what is their requirement, and accordingly give them the equipment with multiple venting ports. Then, of course, we have our very uh, popular die face cutter systems, which you are all aware of. This is the location where you can see all the various videos for the pipe recycling, together with the grinder and shredder technology which PIMCO is offering. So there are multiple videos at this channel where you can see all our videos of GMS that we have till date, and of course all the presentations that we have done till now, all the different webinars. You are part of the fourth webinar today. So all the three webinars that have gone by with all the recordings are on this page. We are going to have the next webinar, that is the series 5, which will be on challenges and futuristic opportunities of recycling, which will be the part 1, because there are a lot of features we are coming up with. It will be on the 20th of June, Saturday at 4 p.m. Professor D.D. Kale will join me to speak on pollution under control, registration, and issues. Of course, the topic we are still working on, but this is an advance intimation. Do register yourself on the on getting the information. Let GMS turn your waste to profits. Thank you all.